welcome to another video here at Sacred North Yoga. If you're new here, welcome, and if you're returning, then welcome back. As always, it's great if you hit the subscribe button, really appreciate that, and like and comment. I would love to see what you have to say. Today we're working with the yoga wheel. This is a new prop, or a relatively new prop in the yoga world, and is often associated with back bends, but it's actually really versatile and can be used in lots of ways. So today I have a short, full body practice with the yoga wheel for you. So grab your wheel and let's get started. So as I mentioned earlier, the yoga wheel is often used for back bends. But today I wanted to show you a few more inventive ways that we can use this prop and inspire a full body practice with it. So I'm going to begin with my yoga wheel placed on the mat this way, in this orientation. And we're going to come to standing in Tadasana, placing the feet firmly onto the ground, lifting the whole body, rolling the shoulders back. You can take the wall for support if you need to. And I'm just raising my foot and I'm pressing the heel into the outer edge of the wheel. And as I do so, I'm sort of rocking back and forth a little bit on this outer edge. And it actually provides a really nice foot massage. If you move the feet just widthways in a rocking motion, starting to broaden the base of the feet. And of course our feet are our foundation. Without them, I'm going to change to my other foot. Without them, we can't do what we would like to do. They're quite overlooked really, and we need to take good care of them. So I found using the outer edge of the wheel, I can really broaden the soles of my feet and prepare for practice. Okay, once you've done this, you can bring the wheel to this orientation. And now again, standing, you can use the wall for support in Tadasana. Just sort of reground yourself here with your feet nice and spread wide onto the mat. And then raising the foot, bring it onto the wheel. I have my knee over my ankle and the sole of my foot is broad onto the yoga wheel. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to take the yoga wheel out, starting to use my knee joint as well, and then in, using the hip joint also. And I'm just rolling the base of my foot over the wheel. Just broadening that sole, opening the toes, and preparing for practice. And then switch legs. If you don't have a wall nearby, you could use the back of a chair for support, or you may not even need support. You can totally use this exercise to assist with balance too. And now the foot feels nice and broad and wide. And I've started using those joints, the knees and the hips. Coming to lie now onto the mat, and we're going to do a similar exercise, but to incorporate the calves, the knees and the hips again. So just moving my candle out of the way a little bit. I have a blanket just to support my head and neck. You don't need to, but if you do, it can be nice to support the head and neck. And I'm going to come down and lie onto the mat, bringing the blanket into support, like so. And then I'm going to take the wheel and bring it up, like so. And from here, I'm going to extend all the way out, rolling the calf onto the wheel, which feels really nice, and keeping the sole of the foot nice and open. This is a nice sort of waking up exercise just for the hip joint here, and you can also feel the groin here. And then I'm going to clasp my hands, bring my knee in close, place the sole of my foot onto the wheel, and move into Ardha Pavanmuktasana. Beautiful stretch for the hip, groin, entire leg. My other leg I'm stretching away, placing flat onto the mat and moving the energy through my heel. And then release, and we'll change to the other side. Bring the wheel in close, straighten this leg, move down onto the mat and push out through the heel. And from here we're going to repeat here. Such a nice stretch for the calf as well. Just slowly moving all of those joints, the ankle, the knee, the hip, bringing some life into the legs. Clasp the hands over the knee and just move that leg into Ardha Pavanmuktasana. Feels really, really good. Just let the groin release. There we go. And while we're here, we can just rotate the hip, place the outer edge of the foot onto the wheel, and move the leg into Ardha Supta Baddha Konasana. So half Supta Baddha Konasana, just rotating that hip out and having the wheel support the outer edge of the foot. And then you can change, and we'll do that on the other side. Stretch out the straight leg, bring the heel in towards the groin, let the foot rest onto the wheel, and just rotate that thigh outwards. Move the knee gently, gently to the side and a little bit down. Don't overdo. Just where the knee is falling, and use the support of the wheel. And then release. Move the wheel out of the way, bend the knees, roll to the right side, and come up. Going to move into a forward bending action now, so we can move our blanket away. And we're going to come into Adho Mukha Virasana. So I'm going to do this two ways. So we're going to join the big toes, open the knees a little bit, like so. Place the wheel in the middle. And before we begin, we're just going to lift the whole front body, open the chest, lift the sternum, and take a moment here. Just elongate the spine, bring those shoulders back and down. Inhale, on the exhale, take the palms and begin to roll the wheel away. Let the head slowly come down. And when the ears are in line with the upper arms, keeping the buttocks grounded onto the heels here, and just open the armpits down towards the earth. Inhale, exhale here, feel the stretch. Keep the spine long. Lift the sternum. Take the tips of the shoulder blades in towards the body. Open the chest. One more breath and roll the wheel back to you. Going to repeat that now and go a little lower, but this time we're using the wheel on this orientation. All the same apply. Lift here, from navel upwards lift, sternum, roll the shoulders back, inhale, exhale, and begin to move the wheel forwards. This time your arms are a little wider as they're placed onto the wheel. Bring again the ears in line with the upper arms. Inhale, exhale, open the armpits. take the tips of the shoulder blades in towards the body, lift the sternum, buttocks stay grounded on the heels. Really lovely stretch for the spine, nicely supported by our wheel. And then walk the hands back towards the knees and come up. Now we're going to do a version of Pariankasana, which is a back bend, and I'm going to show two ways. If your knees feel good in Virasana, which if we take just the flesh of the calves and move it out of the way, back and down, and settle into Virasana here, heels are close to the body, press their feet down into the floor and open the toes. Really get some width across the feet here as we did before. Bring the wheel in, and at first you can just literally lay the back body over the wheel. And you can just stay here. Open the chest, bring the arms out to the sides, like so. Press the feet to come up with a straight spine, and then move the wheel a little bit further away, if this feels comfortable to you. If not, repeat the first one. Just settle the wheel in where it feels good to you, and then let the body move over the wheel. You may even want to take it a little bit further away. See what feels good to you. And now from here, press down, open the abdomen, keep it soft here, chest open, and then you can cross the arms and you'll feel the back of the head. Can you even touch the wheel? Feels amazing, really opens the upper chest area, upper back. Change the cross. And then release. Bring the hands back to the soles of the feet, bringing the head last. Being careful with the neck. And sit up. If the knees don't like this position, which is fine, it can be a little bit strong on the knees, you can repeat the same, but in a cross-legged position. So from here, bring the wheel in, and then extend over the wheel this way. And you can move it back, cross the arms, as we did in the previous pose. Moving on now to a couple of standing poses, and we've worked basically on our feet, our knees, our hips. We've opened the chest, we've worked on the spine. Now we're going to work on the shoulders. So you can stand for this. I'm just going to kneel, probably because it's better for you to see. But I'm going to take my wheel between my hands, and I'm going to lift and open up into Urdhva Hastasana. And the wheel just gives a little bit of context, holds the arms, so you can really open and lift. Again, the action of taking those tips of the shoulder blades into the body to open the chest and then release. So now another standing pose that's excellent for the shoulder area and the upper back, Gomukhasana, which is cow-faced pose. And I'm going to use the wheel and I'll show you how. So I'm taking the wheel and I'm bringing it over to this area of my back. I've raised this arm, ready for the pose, and my other hand is just behind me on the wheel. Now if I bring, you can just stay like this. This is fine, working the arms in Gomukhasana. If you want a little bit more, you can come to a wall, just bend your knees a little bit, press the wheel into the wall, and then lift. And see how the action has opened this arm and shoulder. So I'm going to do it again. Bend the knees, press into the wall, and let the wheel lift this whole side area to open that pose for you. One more time, and lift. And then you can go ahead and repeat on the other side. coming now to the final pose of this practice, which is a forward bend. Forward bends are excellent for quietening the mind, allowing the brain to be still and peaceful, and we're going to use this forward bend in this practice as our Shavasana. So, coming to sit in a cross-legged position, and I place the wheel in front of me here like so. I'm just going to move the flesh away from my sit bones and ensure that my spine is lovely and straight. From here, I'm going to roll the wheel away from me, and for this you can remove eyewear as well. And I'm just going to roll the wheel, hinge at the hips, and place my forehead on there. Now you can hold the wheel to keep it steady like so if you need to. I find it grips to the mat well anyway. If you want to go a little further, roll again, and just settle into this pose. Keeping the spine long, get that support from the wheel onto the forehead, and allow any tension to just drain away from the body, out into the earth. Allow the forehead to be supported. You can let any tension go in the arms. Take a breath in, take a breath out. Breathe in, breathe out. Close the eyes if that feels good. And just settle here. Completely supported by the earth underneath you and the wheel at your forehead. Without moving your position too much, gently come up and then just change the cross of the legs. Re-establish your forward bend. Ease the body forwards, keeping the spine long. Allow the forehead to come gently to the wheel and let any tension go on the out breath. Keeping the eyes closed if that feels good. And allowing the body to absorb all of the good work you did today in this short but really fun and useful practice with this one yoga prop. Now gently walk the hands back towards your knees, bringing the head last, and open the eyes. I really hope you enjoyed today's practice as much as I did. I actually really love this little yoga wheel. I find it so versatile. And if you enjoyed, then do like and comment. Let me know how the practice was for you. Of course, hit the subscribe button as well. I always love to see new people here. So until next time, namaste, and I'll see you in my next one.